and that is the lawyer to Maazi Nnamdi Kanu. He used the occasion to remind the attendees that in case if they are forgotten, there is a man, the prisoner of conscience, that Nigeria has spent so much, a fortune, to blacklist, blackmail, and they've had a lot of people killed simply because he's asking for a peaceful referendum and let the people choose. They criminalized self-determination, they criminalized it. So his lawyer was on the floor as well to call their attention briefly.
Sir, I really want to appreciate you for what you are doing in Enugu State. Unlike the disaster we are seeing in Enugu State, you are doing very, very well. Coming to Enugu State, we don't need this thing for us to see what we are doing. In terms of infrastructural development, I see in Enugu State, I know how Enugu State used to be. We are doing very, very well. And sir, yesterday, you told us we are doing the opening section that the judiciary are taking their money as at many. I personally carried out investigation, and one of the judicial officers told me that they are not receiving their money as you claim. And I noticed it that one of their magistrates, who happens to be my friend, used it to court. They said that they don't have the car. And I was asking, how do they have their money and they don't even have the car? Secondly, sir, they are receiving across the Enugu State. And from Ogbete now, nobody is there. And the essence of that is injustice being suffered by the people of Southeast. So you are doing well. You are doing well. I can give it to you. Please, I want you to intensify effort. Let the economy be released so that we have peace. Thank you, God bless you.
Because I remember that Umba actually promised Undi Enugus that it would work in ensuring the release of Nnamdi Kanu, bring to an end the sit-at-home in Enugu. But I think, sorry about that. So what happened is that Umba promised the Undi Enugus then that, if he become their governor, he would work to facilitate the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Like Solo Dump, who even went on to go and see Maazi in the DSS dungeon, right? So Umba, who promised as well to end sit-at-home and what have you, okay, has completely, reversed that, because Maazi Nnamdi Kanu is still being held illegally on a trumped-up charges. No, hang on. I think Ozekome also had something to say about. No, he didn't. But Umba's response, right, is in this clip. Let's listen to that.
I'm a senior advocate of Nigeria. Just one little question. The governor. I come to Enugu very often, so I'm not a stranger at all to Enugu. But it would be difficult for me to deny that I have not seen some ground-breaking changes. To do that will even be sinful. I don't want to be a sinner. Now, the question I want to ask is on this theme of transformational leadership, a theme I have written extensively on. How are you able, or have you been able, in a highly politicized environment, an environment that is shut, infested by political buccaneers, in an environment where there is more politicking than governance? How have you been able to navigate through like Momopa who we are told discovered the river Niger at Kainji, even though he let the people there drink the water. How have you been able to?
I'll start with the first speaker. The first is on the issue of sit at home. When we came into government from this 2 years ago, the situation we met on ground is one where everybody, whether you wanted or not, you were compelled to sit at home. And if you did not, it means that you're going to have a violent attack either on your property or on yourself. So that was the situation we met on ground. But I can tell you today, even in the Obey I just made reference to, those who want to come to work, who want to trade on Monday, trade there in peace and in safety. And of course, you are a lawyer. You are not going to compel somebody who, due to his own, some political undertone or his political leaning, decides to stay at home. It is not my job to compel that person to come to work. But I can assure you for free that if you do want to come to work on Sunday and operate in a safe and secure environment, you are free to do so, and it's happening everywhere in Enugu. And today is Monday. We don't need to, you can just do your survey and do your assessment. That's on that.
It's very easy to say, by the way. So he's been commended that, he's doing well, even though the people of Enugu are still waiting for the water he promised them. And of course, the security that he's talking about. Enugu is experiencing, again, the surge of the same insecurity. Some from their own resident and what have you, and then the Fulani terrorists who are terrorizing their border, that you see their women protest all the time. But yeah, he didn't say anything about Nnamdi Kanu. That's the point. Said something about their sit-at-home. He never said anything about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. That same conference, there is a lawyer that didn't attend. He's a senior lawyer, according to him, but he has expressed his own personal disappointment in how junior lawyers are being given recognitions when they were supposed to actually build their time, climb the leadership ladder, like they have to, take their time and wait for their turn, so to say. So his expression and why in this clip.
My lords, justices, judges, live benchers, senior advocates of Nigeria, senior colleagues and colleagues. I did not attend the Nigerian Bar Association conference, but I've been following up. I saw some posts. Very, very junior lawyers. A few of them, not even up to a year post-call, are being given special recognition at fora during the conference. The legal profession, where I have participated in over 45 years, is not like that. I am Timothy Abiodun Olatokunbo Tubiyeye. In the legal profession, you climb to the top by paying your dues. If you have succeeded outside the legal profession, that does not make you occupy position seniors occupy in the legal profession. We have to correct things. Really, I'm very, very sad at the way very, very junior lawyers who have succeeded outside the profession are being given honorary status. I will not mention names. Some of them made it in politics, in showbiz, perhaps in as actors. I would have felt bad if I were in the hall and I'm sitting sweating at the back or wherever, and you find an actor, somebody who is an actor, maybe 3-4 years at the bar, sitting in front where senior advocates of Nigeria, benchers, life benchers are sitting. The legal profession is not like this. I urge in future, what has happened in Enugu should never happen again. You come into the profession, you pay your dues. I remember many years ago when I was very young at the bar, a very senior lawyer came to court, and I was sitting at the edge of a long seat, and he came and he asked me politely to move to the center of the bench, and I refused. And the man, he did nothing, he said nothing. It was much later that I realized that juniors were supposed to sit at the center of the long chair. Why? Because seniors move from court to court, so they sit at the edge. Unfortunately, I could not go back to apologize to this senior. That is the way our profession is structured. They are tradition. These are culture we have acquired over the years. I commented about benchers going to shake hands with newly called to the lawyers newly called to the bar. When we were called to the bar, we never saw benchers. They file. After the call, they file away to a room, and we don't have contact with them. We have tradition. Let us uphold the tradition in the legal profession. That is my take. That is my take.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
Baba, like, I know it's your profession, sure you get. And is probably like, trying to point that out, their usual, what do they call that thing? Like the ethics. And they're like, once you begin to model it up, then the entire, revered position of being a lawyer or the congregation of lawyer will be defeated. So that generation, and the generation we will see all more, they are like sticking to the rules until they breathe their last. So you can imagine what it probably was like in his house. And I said, Daddy, maybe you should make a video. As in, people in the house are tired of him complaining. I can imagine what it was like for him when he was watching the conference on TV. The rage, like, God damn it. Can you believe this? That kind of old man anger in the house. That those who are younger will be like, Daddy, it's nothing. What do you mean it's nothing? This is an aberration. This is all those kind of baba. So, okay, Daddy, maybe you should go and make a video and post it on the internet. They will see your video. It's okay, right. That's what I'm going to do exactly. Bring my phone to my office now. Say, my Lord, sir, I have observed, old man, about life the change in Nigeria to Wagota. All those still rules-based, this and that, they are no longer effective. Nobody cares about any rules anymore. Everybody's doing whatever they want to do, starting with those in government. So what do you expect? It's a place where they do anyhow. The anyhowness, I mean, what do they call them? Yeah, Baba? Anyway, that's on that side. So I decided to put that with a Wike's video because that was with a Wike leading the leading the church. Like that. One in Konoma. With a Wike. And that is what will take us back to what Ozekome said. That because you see people, they put on this makeup, they have this, they dress nice. Mad people plenty, including those who are ruining that contraption. Mad people full everywhere. No joke. Here is one of them who brags in front of his own people in his states. That's Rago, the Rago of Niger State. You remember that guy? Yeah. He faced his own people and he told them that it's nobody's business, even if he had to sell Niger State to raise money. It's nobody's business. The animals. Animals, they wear agbada. Animal, they put to suto. Animal, they wear khaki. Animal, they put to tayo. Rago of Niger.
Ni ma kaina na samu shugaban kasance hanyar maji har mai da nema a ban Minna su. To in zan je siyar da Niger ban samu kudin gina Niger na ruwan. Wai ni nake ciwon kai wani ke sha mun Panadol. Ku bari ran da zan bar kujeran gwamna rai da lafiya bayan shekara na 8 a gwamna. A lokacin zan kawo certificate da ta jihar Niger abin da na same ku ga abin da na ban muku don ba zan ku da bashi. Allahu Akbar. To saboda haka an damu an ci bashi to ba ma fara ci yanzu a fara ci. Wanda aka ci da ya kai da shi. A ce makarantu ba su da kyau, mu muka bata ko muna gyarawa ne. Asibitai ba su da kyau, mu muka bata ko muna gyarawa ne. Hanya ba su da kyau, mu muka bata ko muna gyarawa ne. Amma yaran cikin gida sai ku tashi kuna korafi kuna kokawa kamar cewa daga zuwa mu shekara biyu mun lalata makarantu ko mun lalata asibiti. Bara mu tozar da juna da 'yan jam'iyyar mu. Amma ba
nuisance lele.
That's him. Rago of Niger. I've been a Rago of Minna. We should be calling him Rago, the Rago of Minna. The guy who, since that guy became their governor, right? He has increased their state debt by over 300 billion naira. Oh, talking about 300 billion naira, by the way. Oyo people, are you aware that Oyo State House of Assembly approved a new loan for Soloma Kende Ibadan? 300 billion naira loan. Yeah, they said it's for rejuvenation, something. I gave it a name. They want to go and borrow 300 billion naira for Soloma Kende Ibadan. That's just by the way. Okay. So, Rago has... So he actually was telling his guys there that everybody's complaining that he's borrowing. What is their business? Even if he sells Niger State to raise money, which will be their own business. They can cry blood if they want to cry blood. When they are done, but they could tell everybody. Yeah? And you won't be able to pretend for too long. Like those who are living in Lekki. Right? Somebody said that 90% of, shopping complexes in Lekki, they're either, folded up, operating partially, or they are in the process of actually closing up totally. 90% of them. So one of them made a video yesterday. Like this one.
This is on a Saturday,
Saturday, 2 p.m. in the very popular ShopRite shopping mall in the VI on the Iru heading towards Lekki Tollgate axis. When we say that Nigeria is facing a cost of living crisis, people think it's a joke. This is the parking, and you see how scanty and empty it is. See how empty and scanty it is. It's very simple. I mean, these things they don't make themselves up. The government can lie to themselves all they want.